Hi. So today is the 31st day of my gluten and sugar-free weight loss journey. I am at the point where I can do a little better with my hair, not where I want it to be, but I can move my arms a little bit more. I mean, it's healing nicely. Can't even hardly see my scars anymore. It's healing. Still hurts a lot, but I can lift it up just to barely reach. So, as I said, progress, not perfection. I can get dressed a little bit better. I'm able to step into more clothes and pull them up. They still have to be really loose. This dress is actually perfect because I had it for a while, but it hides my incisions for the most part, but it's not tight. So it's really convenient. So anyway, it's been a whole month now, and I have stuck with the sugar and gluten free. I have managed to reverse my prediabetes, my elevated blood sugar. I showed the blood sugar monitor that it was a 99. I mean, I haven't seen that in a decade. I'm so excited about that. That's such a big thing because diabetes is such a killer in our society, and it's an epidemic. There's so many people that are losing their vision, getting kidney failure, heart attacks, strokes, toes cut off, legs cut off. I mean, it's devastating. And Alzheimer's, I was reading it leads to it's a contributing factor. It's a risk factor for Alzheimer's too. So it's a big deal. It's a really, really big deal to try to keep your blood sugar levels healthy. And I have been working on trying to lose these 100 extra pounds for about 20 years because I slowly put it on. As I said, I was not one of those people that was a fat kid and a fat teen. When I got married, I wasn't overweight. When I was pregnant, I wasn't overweight. I lost all the pregnancy weight for like a minute, and then the stress of having a newborn and getting a divorce, and that was just really bad. And then when you have a newborn and you're by yourself, it's really hard to exercise, to have the energy or to have the time. And some people might think of these things as excuses, but they're not. They're challenges. And sometimes the challenges stack up so much, it's really difficult to get through it. I mean, now I'm thinking, well, I could have, when I put her in the stroller, I could have walked a little longer. I could have done jumping jacks. I could have done jumper. I mean, it's easy in hindsight to look back and say I could have done this and this and that, but that's with the increased ability to withstand stress that I've developed over the years. I didn't have it back then. So, those of you that have slowly put this weight on, don't beat yourself up about how it happened because it doesn't matter. You just have to deal with it now. I mean, that's part of my problem. I was so down about how I let myself get to this point that it was like drowning in those thoughts that go nowhere, do nothing, don't help me. So you got to start where you're at. And that's why I made these videos like at my really lowest point because it's so easy to say, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. But when you see it, when you saw me with that, right after surgery, my hair just a total mess. I mean, it looks pretty bad now, but it's looked worse. And I, with the stuff I had to wear, just like sweaters thrown on over my sling, and I mean, it sounds kind of stupid because I'm still kind of in that state. It's like so much slightly better that it's hard to notice, but I am a little better. So, you know, I wanted you to see that you can start where you're at. I mean, I couldn't drive, I couldn't get dressed by myself, I couldn't do anything but brush my teeth and like sit in a shower chair and squirt myself with soap and then rinse it off with one hand. I mean, At least I did that. But thank goodness I had a shower chair already that my mom didn't need anymore. So you just got to start where you're at. You can't go back in the past and say, oh, this stressful thing happened and that stressful thing happened. You just, okay, you're overweight. What are you going to do about it today? What can you do about it today? And that's when I finally got that, when that got through to my heart. My head always knew it, but when it got finally permeated my heart, I'm like, well, okay, today's a new day. What am I going to do today? And that has really helped me to get off my addiction to sugar and gluten. I mean, I am better now. I still feel it, but I'm so much better. And I've said in other videos, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but now that's what my thinking is when I'm tempted. It's not like, oh, look at the fat and the calories and the sugar and it's going to do terrible things to my blood sugar and it's going to stall my weight loss and I'm going to be fatter, I'm going to be sadder. And now I'm like, no, I'm going back to that addiction because it is terrible. You feel like you can never get enough. You're always thinking about it. You're always trying to resist it. I mean, maybe I have it a lot worse than most people, but I have a terrible sugar addiction. I mean, I'm one of those type of people that if I buy a tray of cupcakes, I have to eat it till I feel sick. And then, as I said, sometimes I just throw it away because I can't deal with it. They're so good and they're so easy to eat. And that's what I found. Junk food is easy to eat, doesn't have a lot of fiber, so it goes down so smooth and it feels so good in your mouth. It's so like soft and creamy, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it what it does to me. So today I had an interesting day because, as I said, I had a difficult week and weekend. Really did. Lots and lots and lots of family drama from all directions, from my immediate family, from my extended family, and I am always at the center of it. I don't know why, but I always am. And I think that's true for a lot of women because we're moms and we're daughters and we're sisters and we're cousins and we're nieces. And moms are usually typically, or women, the peacemakers, the, smooth things over types. Um, and that's definitely what my role has become. And I don't know why that is because I'm probably not the best suited for that, but that's what happened. And of course, I felt like eating through it, like a lot of you, because that's what most of us do. But I just tried to eat things that were not as bad for me, and I did not give into the sugar and gluten. I mean, I'm just amazed at all the good food I'm able to eat that doesn't have sugar and gluten. Because I used to think when I first thought about it, I'm like, oh man, no more cupcakes or pancakes. I mean, it's like poor me. But now I'm like, what took me so long? Because there's so much good food that I'm eating, delicious, yummy treats and all kinds of stuff that I don't need the sugar and gluten. I mean, I'm 100% sure of that. I'm just fine without it. So I did kind of overindulge in the treat department, but okay, I'll stop talking and I'll show what I ate. It's not the best, but it's like I said, didn't have sugar and gluten. So this is what I ate. I started out going to the Asian or the Indian buffet because I try to go there once a week for a really nice treat because the reason why I like going there so much is because I can kind of eat and just relax and enjoy myself. I mean, it's hard to kind of see. I, what's in the blue bowl is like their yogurt sauce because their stuff is spicy. It's really spicy and that kind of cools things down a little bit. And I really, really like their dals, their lentil dishes. So I had like a bed of rice and then I put like about 3 spoons of the lentils on top of that. Then I got a few things of the chicken. They had like three different kinds of chicken. I got like about three little nuggets of that. And then they had like this grilled chicken. I just got one chicken leg. And they had, I don't know if you could see it, like this little corner of this new, it looked like green beans. I don't know what it was. It looked like green beans, but it wasn't quite that. And then that little plate, that square plate in the back, is just a few cooked potatoes, no seasoning, a few chickpeas, some cilantro, tomatoes, and lots of red onion. It's all raw, fresh. And then a glass of water. It was very, very good. And I love Indian food because it's mostly vegetables and spices that are really good for you. And I don't think eating there once a week has really been enough to make a really big impact on my health, but I seem to be healthier since I've been eating there. I mean, I haven't got sick as often, and it's kind of spilled over into my regular life because I try to eat more spicy kind of vegetarian dishes. In fact, I went to an Asian grocery store near me and I got some of their, I forget what it's called, the lentils that they use, and I made a lentil dish I got in a book. It was really good, a recipe in a book. And then I had dessert with that, and I was kind of torn about this dessert because their fruit is, fruit's out of season because it's winter time, so it's kind of sour. So I got like a fruit plate that's pineapple and what's the green melon called? I forgot. Honeydew melon and some pineapple, cantaloupe, honeydew, and pineapple. And then they had this fruit custard, and it's like an egg custard with chunks of fruit in it. Now, it it does traditionally have sugar in it, but this place is really great. They cook everything from scratch. And you can tell because it tastes different. Like some of the chefs use a lot of spice, some use a lot of sugar, some use a tiny bit of sugar. I mean, so tiny that it's like eating fruit and eggs. And that's how I like it. So I'm never sure what it's going to be like. So I go ahead and get a little bowl and then I just eat the fruit out of it if it's not that sweet. If it's like, like just an egg custard with fruit suspended in it, but that that was really sweet. It was really sweet today, so I ended up just a couple of fruit pieces I pulled out. I didn't eat the rest, but I did eat all the rather sour fruit around it because now that I'm not eating sugar and gluten, things taste sweeter to me. That's amazing, but it does. It just tastes sweeter, so the sour out of season fruit doesn't bother me as much as it used to. So then the person I was with gave me this, knows on about my program, gave me this square bar. It's supposed to be some kind of protein bar that has no sugar. It was cocoa cherry. It tasted very sweet to me. I was very suspicious. I kept looking at the ingredients and it had like a brown rice syrup or something. I'm going to count that as sugar. I ate it that day, but that stuff just is not good for my blood sugar. I mean, it's not. I'm trying to avoid all processed sugar except stevia because stevia is a herb. I'm trying to avoid all, I don't eat agave, I don't eat honey, I don't eat sugar, I don't eat, you know, I don't buy the, rice syrup and all that. That had it, but they were trying to do something nice for me. So I ate it that once, but I think that's going to be the end of it. Then that kind of triggered me, so I came home and I had for a snack. This really not good. I'm way overdoing the carbs. I'm gonna get back on track tomorrow. I had three of those um, date like nut and seed rolls that I made and 16 ounces of skim milk. I guess that was kind of extending my dessert, which was not a good thing. But I didn't do the sugar and carb thing, and I'm sure that's what's stalling my weight loss. Then for dinner, I tried to kind of eat a little healthier, and my arm was hurting. So I decided to make a turmeric shake that I got the recipe for, and that was great. It tasted a lot better than I thought it would. It had a whole teaspoon of turmeric. And but that was very carby because it was pineapple juice and coconut milk and a banana and cinnamon. I mean, those pineapples and bananas are very high carb. It had no extra stevia, no extra sweetener because it was sweet enough. And I think it helps me, but that's pretty high in carbs. So then I tried to do a little bit better. I was hungry later. I don't know why. I was really bit, I guess because my lunch and dinner were really kind of snacky kind of foods. I didn't really eat another meal. So I had some sweet potatoes, cut up sweet potatoes, and celery in the hummus. I had 3 stalks of celery and about 10 of those little sweet potato sticks. They're delicious raw. I never knew that. And then I was still hungry and I was just kind of stressing out. The family drama, again, that always seems to come my way. So I made those little cherry pie things because I had a lot of the gluten-free dough left over. And I made them in my little cupcake maker. They're not that big. They're like, you could fit one inside your mouth very easily. And my mouth isn't that big. I mean, people would disagree, but size-wise is not really huge. And one fits easily in my mouth. So it's like 8 bites of that cherry gluten-free pie. Again, I'm not proud of this. It's not good, but that's where I was at. So I'm really going to try to do better this week. What do I know I have to do? I have to eat bigger, healthier meals because if I have these little skimpy kind of snacky meals for the other two, I usually have one full meal a day, my dinner. I'm hungry later. And then I just want to eat more carby things. And actually, my cardiologist said that to me. He said, eat healthy foods that are low carb regularly because if you don't, then your brain just gets this message it needs fuels. It's like, eat carbs. And it's so loud and it's so strong, it's really hard to ignore. So that's what I'm going to do this week. I mean, I don't want this vlog to be about, look at me, look at all the stuff I'm eating. It's great to eat. That's not helping anyone. It's not helping me either. That might be when my weight loss has plateaued. I mean, duh. Is it a surprise? So I'm really going to buckle down this week and have 3 full meals to the best of my ability. Healthy, low carb, balanced meals, low carb vegetables, low fat meats. And of course, I'm going to let myself have some dessert with dinner within reason. So that's my goal for this week because I'm really determined to break this plateau and see some weight loss this week. So, anyway, that's how today went. I hope everyone's day was okay. I hope it helps to know that somebody's right there with you, struggling with you day by day. Because I hear so many people, oh, I lost 50 pounds, I lost 100 pounds. I'm like, how'd you do that? Because I struggle so badly with it. So that's the whole purpose of this, to see what somebody's doing day by day. And I really am honest about everything I eat. I do not eat anything and not take a picture of it and show it because then what would be the point? I wouldn't be losing weight. I'm not a closet eater. I mean, I have a lot of faults. And there's a lot of things wrong with my diet, but closet eating is not one of them. So if you're a closet eater, you've got to face what you're eating and deal with it. And I know it's shame. Shame causes us to do those types of behaviors. But you don't have to feel that secret shame anymore. You can face what you're eating and just try to take better care of yourself. And I hope this vlog you find some support in that. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.